How's it going, everyone? It's that time again. We have a PlayStation Plus update, a very notable update at that. Good news, bad news, you guys know the deal. PlayStation Plus, as is the case with every subscription service, does rotate games in and out, and some games are unfortunately going to be leaving the service come April, so this is something you definitely need to know about. These games will all be leaving the service in April, and we've got 7 games rotating out of the service. Outside of that, we also have a new PlayStation Plus Premium trial that has been added. Quite a nice premium trial, I have to say, that has been added. A little bit on the shorter side, which is a little bit unfortunate, so we'll talk that in a little bit, and saying it's a little bit on the shorter side is probably putting it a little bit mildly, but again, more on that in a little bit. Okay, so 7 games are leaving PS Plus Extra and Premium in April of 2023. These games include Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, The Wonderful 101 Remaster, The Caligula Effect Overdose, Gabuchi 2 Dark, Sigma, Marvel Puzzle Quest, Dark Reign. So, Naruto Storm 4, probably the most notable title being removed from the service. I feel like Naruto also got added relatively recently, so kind of a little bit of a surprise that it is being removed so quickly after being added. I want to say it was relatively recent, but, you know, I do know they have another Naruto Storm game in development that's scheduled for release later this year. Maybe they want to cycle it out, get people excited for that. You know, Storm 4 is regularly available, super cheap. You're talking sub $10, so it's not the biggest thing in the world, and if you're a big Naruto fan, you probably have already picked the game up, and ideally you would like to pick up the Road to Boruto edition, or Naruto Legacy Collection, which is like, you know, it goes on sale for like $14 or $11. And it not only gets you Storm 4 Road to Boruto, but it also gets you Storm 1 through 3, which are pretty solid games in their own right, especially Storm 2, which I always talk highly about. The Wonderful 101 Remastered might be the game that more people are actually upset about it cycling out of the service. That's a Platinum Games title, actually released as a Wii U game way back in the day, but we all know that the Wii U, you know, let's just say not everybody checked it out. Had a pretty solid reception. It's a game that I unfortunately didn't spend too much time into, but it is a fairly quirky Platinum Games title as well, so, you know, kind of a bummer to see that leave as well. And this version was the remastered release that did add quite a bit of additional content. The rest of the lineup that is leaving the service: Caligula Effect Overdose, more of a niche JRPG, and the rest of the titles I am not too familiar with, but that's usually what you like to see out of Plus Extra. You like to see a combination of games that are more notable, like a Naruto Storm 4, and then you have a lot of more lower key titles, and I don't know how the licensing deals work with PS Plus. I've heard various rumblings about deals working in different ways with these gaming subscription services when you're working with third parties. Some say that there's an agreement where you get compensated based on how many people play the game. Then there's other agreements, obviously, where it's just a flat fee, it's a licensing deal, and then it could be a combination of both. But you have to imagine a deal that's for, let's say, GTA that was available in Plus Extra is going to be structured a lot differently than an indie title, a very low-key indie title. So, you know, if you are curious about that, a lot of that information isn't public knowledge. But as far as the agreements themselves go, generally speaking, how it works is, let's say Bandai Namco and Sony came to an agreement to bring Naruto Storm 4 to Plus Extra. There would be a fee that would be paid, it would be available for X period of time, and then ultimately after that duration is up, the game can be renewed to stay on the service. There's a lot of confusion when I see people talking about it in regards to games like Horizon Forbidden West. It's different with Horizon Forbidden West because that is a first-party game. It's an in-house Sony title, so it's up to Sony if that game gets pulled at all, and generally speaking, that doesn't happen. They want you to sign up for Plus Extra, so they're going to keep Horizon Forbidden West in that service as one of the marquee games to attract a subscriber. It's not like it's a case of a licensing agreement that's going to expire after X period of time. That's why, generally speaking, you look at Plus Extra, has there been any first-party Sony title that has ever left the service? No, you still have all those games readily available on there, even going back to the days of, you know, the PlayStation Now downloadable title. So some people do get a little bit confused with that. I get it. It's not going to be something that everybody is going to be aware of, but I remember when Horizon Forbidden West dropped on Plus Extra, I was surprised that there was so much discourse on social media on people talking about how long the game was going to stay on the service. I would have to imagine that it is going to be indefinitely unless Sony decides to restructure their subscription model as a whole, if they want to abandon it, etc., etc. But yeah, with Forbidden West, bust, I wouldn't be worrying about it at all. And that goes for, you know, your God of War 2018s, your infamous Second Sons, etc., etc. But again, those 7 titles are scheduled to leave sometime in April. Moving on from that, do also want to note, Sonic Frontiers, I feel like I've been talking about this game quite a bit, has gotten a game trial added. So if you have a PlayStation Plus Premium subscription, you can now play a 1-hour full trial of Sonic Frontiers. And everybody, I heard that collective groan. In the future of hearing a 1-hour trial. What are we doing here? 1-hour trial? Come on, Sega. I don't know who decides, you know, how lengthy the trial is gonna be. I would imagine that's an agreement that Sony and Sega comes to together, but you could easily do at least a 2-hour trial for Sonic Frontiers. A 1-hour trial will get you, you know, introduced to the basic gameplay mechanics, and you'll be able to explore the first island a little bit, but man, give people 2 hours. 2 hours isn't gonna let you speed through the game or anything like that, and if you want 100% Sonic Frontiers, it's a lengthy game that you can spend, you know, well over 30 hours on. So yeah, I just don't understand why we're going with a 1-hour trial for these. You know, some games get 5-hour trials, some games get 3-hour trials, some games get 1-hour trials. In the case of Sonic Frontiers, first of all, I think it would have been, and I know I'm a broken record, incredibly advantageous to offer a trial like this day one with PlayStation Plus Premium, because remember, when Sonic Frontiers came out, it came out like the day before or a couple days before God of War Ragnarok. So what better way would there have been to sell people on Sonic Frontiers than offering a trial that people could have checked out right around the time of God of War Ragnarok and could have been like, hey, this game's actually really good. Ultimately, then you could have sold some people on buying the game, because I remember back in November, a lot of people just decided, okay, I'm not going to get Sonic Frontiers, especially obviously PlayStation owners. I'm not going to get Sonic Frontiers because God of War Ragnarok is coming out so soon that Sonic Frontiers can take a back burner. This is just something I've been saying for a while. There's been a little bit of pushback I hear from people being like, hey, you know, when you offer a trial later on, it revitalizes interest in the game. I really don't think interest can be revitalized to an extreme degree well after a game's come out. You know, in the case of Sonic Frontiers, they're actually doing a fairly good job with dropping these free updates and whatnot, and the free update is pretty notable for Sonic Frontiers, but I think it would just do a lot more good if this trial was available from day one, not only in selling the game, but also making PlayStation Plus Premium a more attractive subscription option, because right now, when you're offering these trials, you know, months after a game comes out, it's still nice, don't get it twisted. I think Sonic Frontiers is a game a lot of people decided to, you know, hold off on, and now they can check out this trial and decide for themselves whether or not they want to pick it up. But I just think it would be more advantageous if the trial was available since launch day. But that's my 2 cents, and I'm a broken record with that. Still a trial I would recommend you to check out, and by the way, the game is 33% off right now, $40.19, and we just had a massive free update for the game as well, so lots to like as far as that's concerned. But that's gonna do it for me. Again, 7 titles cycling out of Plus Extra come April. Naruto Shippuden, Storm 4, and Wonderful 101 Remastered being at the top of the lineup as far as that's concerned. And Sonic Frontiers, on a more positive note, does get a game trial. Kind of bummed out that it's only a 1-hour trial, but check it out. I really enjoyed the game, and yeah, I'm probably a bit of a broken record talking about how much I like the game as well. That'll do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.